Hello everyone, it's Jeff from Home Renovision. Today I've got some advice for you that you might not think I'm going to give. And the question of the day is, can I be my own general contractor? Now that's a really big issue because if you're going to be your own GC, it also means you're planning a massive project. Now this video is specific for 2021 and the current situation of the pandemic. I've got some great advice to help you out. And to answer this today, we're going to pop into an old live show that we did, and you can see my answer to that client right there. Building a fourplex to live in one and rent three. Considering being our own GC and subbing out. Good or bad idea? Any tips or recommendations to being a GC? So here's the thing. Being a GC is a tricky thing. If you don't have any experience, it means you don't have any relationships. Okay? Now, currently in the marketplace, contractors are all very, very busy. And if you don't have relationships, you're not going to get anybody to come do your work. It's a harsh reality. The market goes up and down. Sometimes being your own GC is really the best plan because you can be there to manage and guys are hungry for work. Like 2008, you could be a GC yesterday and you could make tons of money because guys are hungry for work. Right now is not the best market conditions to hire subcontractors because they're all really busy because most of their helpers, well, at least in Canada, are sitting at home on a government-funded program, and they don't want to go to work. So we have a huge shortage of actual skilled labor. And so what you're going to find is if you want to be your own GC right now, depending where you live, you might run into a situation where because interest rates are low and the economy's, housing markets are booming, it's just really tough for you to compete with the other GCs who have relationships since you have none. And you might end up paying a lot more money to get a contractor to commit. If that's the case, you might find maybe, why don't I just get a GC? He's got relationships, but then you got to find the right GC. I know it's a never-ending circle. It's going to be a tough year to do work. Okay, end of discussion. So even if you're building, the supply chain issues, a lot of them are broken. We're going to have a lumber shortage again. There's going to be a lot of material shortages, a lot of issues going on. So maybe not the best year to jump in a huge project like that and be your own GC if you've never done it. Anyway, let's move on. If you got other questions about that, join the membership program. I can help navigate the best I can. But I've got a project coming up this year, and I'm already looking for contractors for 6 months from now because that's pretty much how far in advance I got to book them. And I know people. So I can only imagine what it must be like to be you right now. So this is going to be the year of DIY, right? Just finishing off my own project last year because of the time sensitivity, I tried to contact a soffit, fascia, eavestrough, gutter guys, siding. Couldn't find anybody. They were booking 5-6 months in advance last fall, all right? So let's just keep this in mind. It's going to be one of these things. This video is going to be rather sensitive to the time because I don't know, maybe 2022 will be completely different. But right now, if you're looking to do a major project, you've got to be planning months and months in advance. You've got to be able to sweeten the pot a little bit to get good trades in. And maybe doing a massive project, it's just not the right year, right? Maybe you might want to come up with a different strategy. Not every strategy fits every economy every year all the time. There's no blanket statement. You can't just watch a podcast and have someone say, you should buy a fourplex, live in one and fix the other three and then turn it over and you can make a fortune. Yeah, if you can do the work. Because this is not the year for you to do that strategy if you can't do the work yourself. All right? I'm just trying to be honest. Don't get in over your head. You don't want to buy a piece of swampland to retire in, right? Right, yeah, so careful about your advice. It's not always relative. I'm going to suggest that this is the year that you don't do a major project. Unlike myself, because I'm crazy, but I'm doing it myself. Now, if you go into our channel and you think, I could do that with a little bit of help, or maybe if I had access to some resources, then consider becoming a member, all right? Then you'd have access to resources. You'd have a community of other DIY renovators that you could be in contact with, develop some relationships, and then at least you're not alone and that's moving in the right direction. But honestly, folks, if you have plans for a major project this year, I'm saying put a hold on it. I'm going to suggest that there's going to be a lot of times that are going to happen during the renovation cycle this year where you're going to go to the store to get something and they're going to be like, we're out. Think back to last spring and last summer. If you wanted to build a deck last year, you're going to be camping out at Home Depot like as if Barbara Streisand is going on tour and she's got one date and you got to sleep there for a week, all right, to get that ticket. That's what it's like to buy decking materials last year. It's going to be like that again. I'm thinking maybe this isn't the best year to do a major project. Think minor. Think something smaller. And if you like to do a renovation or remodel project that's a little bit on the smaller scale, you can click the link up here. This is something that's easy to do that everybody needs. It'll always make you money. Cheers. Till next time.